try to knock me down, I ain't going out. As the culture turns, you gotta figure it out. They see you getting it poppin', they gon' try and come around. I be down to go out like and keep it live round. In the blick, get you hit. Bitch, we gon' get you first. Don't get caught up in the mix. Better watch out for that blitz. Can't deny that I'm lit. You can't deny that I'm lit.
Can't deny that I'm lit. Gotta ride with your blick. Fuck watching for the option. Be the cops to get you hit. I just right up off the porch. Mama said stay up out the mix. Niggas up when I was broke. They left me down on my dick.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to As the Culture Turns. My name is Jameer. I'll be your host for today's episode. Now, before I get into my special guest for today, I want to highly encourage y'all to hit that subscribe button to the YouTube channel, and also make sure you hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more content just like this. All right, y'all. So on today's episode, I got an interview with a very special guest that I admire. I see her out here doing her thing. So for those who don't know you, can you let them know who you are, where you're from, and a little bit of your upbringing before we get into what you do?
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Chante, also known as Chante Two Times because I work 2 times as hard as the regular person. I'm the marketing guru, the PR princess, the brand building specialist. I assist an array of people, companies, creatives, and so forth with building their brands behind the scenes and how to properly put themselves out professionally to have a proper image in place.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I like that. All right. So I want to ask you, let's get into the business a little bit, the 2 times the service. So you mentioned the name of the business. Can I ask you, and you kind of said it already, what inspired the name 2 times the service?
What inspired the name 2 times the service? Honestly, a lot of people don't know I work with youth, and I have been working with the youth since I was about, I want to say 14 at summer camps and things of that sort. And all the little young kids used to call me Chante. And I just thought that was so cute. And I'm like, oh, they said it twice. And that's really where it came from. So I'm like, oh, they said it twice. Let's make this Chante 2 times. Then as I hit my, I want to say my year 19, when I got to college, I realized like, okay, I'm really 2 people in one. Like this Chante 2 times thing started from me working at summer camp, but who knew it would evolve into me actually running a whole business? Because even with that summer camp, I was also working at Chuck E. Cheese. I was working at Boscov's. I was working at Toys R Us, like all at the same time. Also transitioning into a full-time college student. So the 2 times the service really stuck and hit from the kids, but it really became a notable brand because of the actual 2 times double the work that was being put behind the actual name. So shout out to my youth, shout out to my kids. Like who knew they would have created me to this day.
There we go. Listen here. Definitely shout out to you for the shout out to the youth for that for sure. So I want to ask you, what attracted you to PR? Like, what was it about PR and like, you know, that communications media field that made you want to pursue that? And is that what you pursued in college?
Honestly, my first major in college was psychology. A lot of people don't know I'm actually the guru for advice. Like I can sit down and talk to you for hours and break down what's going on with you. So my first major was actually psychology. And then I transitioned into a minor because I'm just like, who wants to be in college for 6 to 8 years? Like, you know, let me just get out of here. And then in high school, I had an advice column. So I realized that communications was the way to go because I could reach the masses, because media is actually one of the biggest formats out here in the world that runs things. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, I can also give psychology and give advice, give all these things through the masses, which I have been doing through 2 times the service. So I honestly thought I would be a therapist, which I have became, but through media. So it worked out. And I knew I would be a publicist once I got my first client. Honestly, I was really good at what I did. The first client I ever had was Milano Di Rouge. And it was just amazing. And I realized this all through high school, because high school, I was part of student council. I was the class treasurer. I did the morning announcements. I just always been a vibrant person to like watch people grow and do more. And I also had to learn that within myself. So that's how I found PR, because PR helps people find them. And if I never found PR, I wouldn't have found who I was.
Oh, I like that. I like that right there too. And it's interesting that you say that you used to do the morning announcements because I did too. I used to do the morning announcements because I wasn't like the athlete or anything. You know, I was in the newspaper club and I did
Same.
morning announcements. You know,
Same. Yearbook club and all that.
same. I was in the yearbook too. So
See?
it's interesting to see how people
Creativeness is in your blood. Yes, it starts in you when you're young. Like I didn't just pick up a camera and become a content creator. Like high school will show who really been doing this.
That's good. Can I ask you this before I get to the next question? Did you talk a lot in class too?
Oh my God, so much. I always got sent out the classroom. Sometimes people was talking to me and I just moved my lip a little bit and the teacher sent me out. Like, I'm like.
Same thing right here. Oh my God, just something within us. Listen, I had the same exact experiences.
You know, they want me to talk. I don't get it.
Exactly. It's like, come on, I'm here to talk, you know. I like that. All right, so I want to ask this right here, and I got something from your website I'm going to put up on the screen real quick, but I want to ask you, what does your business offer? And I know right here, this is something that I had got from your website. So it talks about, you know, you being a publicist and a digital creator. So for those who may want to work with you or, you know, may want to understand what can you provide for them, what does your business offer?
Oh man, 2XService. We provide so much. We're an umbrella entity. We do creative direction, event planning, public speaking, resume buildup, contract buildup. We do basically, like I said, anything anybody needs to clean up their business behind the scenes to make sure that it's professionally presented and showcased. Content creation we do. We also go out and shoot the content for people. We have clients that send us the content and we just do the video editing. There's so much added to this brand that it's not one thing that we don't do or that we can't do. And then we pretty much just do everything. It's 2XService. I don't know how to put us in a cap. Like anything you need, we know how to do. And anything we don't know how to do, we'll liaison you to the proper place. So we do it all.
All right, there we go. I like that. All right. So now I want to bring this up. You recently won Entrepreneur of the Year at the Missing Plug Awards last month. Congratulations to that. And shout out to Crystal. I want to ask you, what does it mean? What did it mean for you to be nominated for that award and to have actually won that award for Entrepreneur of the Year?
Shout out to the Missing Plug first and foremost. Thank y'all for the award.
You deserve it.
Thank you so much. It meant so much to me, honestly, because working in this job, a lot of people don't tell you. It just looks like glitz and glamour, but there's a lot of behind the scenes where you're not getting, you know, the thank yous. You're not being liaison to other events. You're not getting the kudos and things that you know wholeheartedly that you deserve. So I just came to terms with knowing that the job I work is a thankless job. So I like to see the way I thank myself and give myself a pat on the back is by seeing my work put out and actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. So this award meant a lot to me to know that people were actually like noticing me and nominated me for this. Because first of all, the nomination got to come first. So I was just happy to be on people's minds. It's like, wow, I'm doing enough. I'm on your mind like that. Like, thank you. And then going into the awards, honestly, I didn't think I was going to win, to be completely truthful. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. I was nominated with a bunch of other great entrepreneurs, two of which I know personally. Shout out to Rob and CJ Wolf. And I honestly thought one of them were going to take it. So to be honest, receiving that award was just amazing because I go through these motions that people don't get to always see, where I'm just like, this is not enough. I'm not doing enough. I need to do more. Like, I just have to. So the award just showed me like, okay, you're doing enough, mama. Like, relax, give yourself a pat on the back, maybe dance a little bit, but we see you. And congratulations. So for me, just receiving it, the Missing Plug just got so much more closer to my heart, and I'm very well grateful to receive that and to know that people are noticing that I am putting in 2XService.
No, definitely. That is true. And I can say, being a part of the committee, I can say that your name came up a lot. It wasn't something that, you know, was fabricated. Like you've earned the award, and me and Crystal both knew you, and I met you through Crystal when she interviewed you. So I remember it was like, oh yeah, nah. Like when we narrowed it down, it was like, okay, she got one of the most nominations for that. So I just want to let you know that you did. There are people watching you, and you did get a lot of, you know, people nominating you for that award. So
thank you so much. It feels good. It feels good.
That's good. And speaking of award shows, So you recently worked at the BET Awards and you also did the NAACP Image Awards. So I want to show this quick video real quick of you at the BET Awards, and then we will discuss. I want to know, how did this come about and what your experience was like?
Never second guess your gut feeling, you gotta trust it. Damn, life got crazy. Losing all of youth, mothers burying their babies. Raised by the jails, just throwing us in cages. That time don't match that crime, make it make sense. Cops killing us for nothing, but we running out of patience. Times change, most people don't. They on some slave shit, locked me in them cells, but my mind was never caged in. Writing all these rhymes, got given talent, shit's amazing. When I was shooting, it was taking jump shots at the hoop. Some days they shoot to kill, they throwing bullets like they troops. He feeling like that nigga Tupac, yeah, he got the juice. Old heads be telling lies, now tell that little nigga the truth. They show him all the good, just know bad times come with it too. Locked down in themselves, no commissary coming through. Nobody writing you, a lot of stresses with this street life for do. I'm here to motivate you, hold my words and lighten you. As the culture.
And we also got this picture of you at the 55th NAACP Image Awards. So I want to ask you, obviously, growing up, the BET Awards is like the Super Bowl in some of our households and everything. What do you remember from growing up watching the BET Awards to now actually working and being at the BET Awards? Like, how has that been?
Ooh, I don't know. Honestly, overwhelming feeling. I'm about to cry right now because it was just crazy to be watching it. And I'm like, okay, I'm working it. I'm not gonna lie though. I wish I was there when Monique and them was hosting, doing like back in the day. I wish I was there back in the day once. But all grace be to God, I got this one 2024. But it was just honestly a real full circle moment, because ever since I was a kid, I would tell myself, oh, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna work here, I'm gonna attend, I always told myself I'm gonna be in the audience, like I'm gonna see the BET Awards. So for it to come full circle, and it's like, girl, you work in production, like you on the red carpet, like you leading celebrities, like, and you about to watch the show. So it was like a 2-for-1. Like it was really like a full circle moment. Like I'm smiling so hard because I'm still on the high from it.
There we go. And how did that opportunity come about, if you mind sharing? You know, like, was that something that you had to apply for and then they pick, like, you know, certain people or whatever? Like, how did it come about?
So a friend told me about the awards coming, everything circling around, and that they would be sending out, you know, the application process is real intense and is limited. So I think only about like maybe 20 people get picked or something of that sort. So I just did an application, filled out, and honestly, I was doing the application for probably like, I want to say like almost a pregnancy, like 9 months.
Wow.
I just kept, that's me. I'm adamant when it comes to like filling out an application or being a part of something. You're going to see me all through your email, like in the morning, in the noon, and the night. Like, who is this girl? Let me open. Like, I'm going to annoy you. Mm-hmm. So it was an application process I had to go through, and then it's real extensive. Like I said, you can apply, but that doesn't mean you're going. Mm-hmm. You actually have to get a confirmation from the BET headquarters themselves that you're invited, pack your bags, all of that. If you don't receive that, it's a no-go. And I actually got blessed to apply and got asked to return for NAACP because I did so well at BET. So It was just like amazing. Or did I say that wrong? I worked NAACP first and then BET.
BET, no problem. Listen, you was at both of them. Regardless, you was there. So I definitely do understand that. And I want to ask you this next question because, again, I had brought up 2 award shows. So what I love about your energy and you as a person, and I can say this, so I work with the Missing Plug Awards, and of course that's a smaller award show as opposed to the BET and NAACP Image Awards. And I do know that sometimes when we invite people to stuff like that, people don't look at it as like a big thing because it's like an up and coming or it's like a, you know, smaller award show. So I want to ask you to discuss from your point of view the importance of growing with small and big businesses, or working with big media and small media.
It's important. It's actually very vital. Small companies make big companies. So if you're trying to get to the big companies, you got to get through the small ones. It's like the saying we hear all the time, you got to crawl before you walk. Mm-hmm. And I also live by, you know, the janitor CEO treatment. Everybody gets treated the same, whether it's a small business or a big business. I put the same service, the same double up into everybody that I work with. So I think the importance of the small companies being managed properly or being taken seriously is, again, like I said, vital, because you need these small companies to learn the aspects of the business, to learn trial and error. Like, that's where you are. So you don't want to start with, like, how can I say, an HBO Max and then fall flat on your face because you didn't do your practice work. Those small businesses are practice work. And then when you get to that liaison where you can work HBO Max and all of these big places, now you're sturdy, you're 10 toes down, and you grow loyal relationships with those small businesses because you've been with them so long. So I love my small businesses. The big companies are great, but I'm not going to lie, when it comes to the small businesses, they definitely treat me a lot better.
Hey, there we go. See,
Small businesses are like family. Like, so I'm real family oriented. Big businesses is you got to kind of try to find your space. So like with the small companies, I feel like you always feel right at home because they understand what's going on. They understand your building, and you understand the same with them. So when it comes to the trial and error, you guys can literally work out a plan together. Sometimes with big companies, it's like, they'll hire you, but then tell you what to do. So it's like, why are you hiring me if you know what to do?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, that's my take.
No, I love that right there. And I definitely do think that's very important for people to hear because, again, some people sometimes, and it's nothing wrong with feeling yourself. You know, you can feel yourself, but don't ever think you're too big to give back to your community. You're too big to, you know, go back and go to the neighborhood you was at. You know, sometimes people get too big headed, and sometimes it's more so about an ego thing as opposed to a confidence thing. You know, so I think you should have an ego, but you should never. You should check that ego at times.
Oh no, for sure.
Exactly, definitely. And you talked about something about the importance of giving back. So I looked on your social media page and I saw this clip. It was a news clip. So I want to play the clip and I want to explain the importance of how did this come about and the importance of giving back to your community.
And Saltlanders, the organizer, wanted to make sure that no one left without getting what they need to set their table on Thanksgiving, but they also had free dinner tonight. Overall, it was a safe community event. The Thanksgiving holiday, this community dinner brought everyone together for a free dinner and to encourage and recognize youth like the AU Inner City Warriors. The team won its state championship and is now headed to Florida. Landers, known to his neighborhood as Big Duke, is the founder of Youngest in Charge. He organized this community give back, which he says started earlier today, making sure everyone can have a holiday dinner Thursday.
We provided almost 1,000 turkeys for the community, and then right now from 5 to 8, we providing food for over up to 500 people for the community.
I hope that they walk away grateful. I hope that they walk away happy and just knowing that somebody cares about them out here, and it's young pillars like us that's trying to make the love spread.
That event was Thanksgiving give back, brought to you by Duke. That's actually one of my friends that I grew up with in high school. So he knows about, you know, the public relations work and things that I do. So he called me to join on this team, help with setup, breakdown, talk to the news, talk to the families, make sure everybody was set. So it was just like a big community Thanksgiving give back, making sure families had hot meals to eat the day before Thanksgiving, that they were fully fed, and we had a buffet. It was really nice in there, and all the families came out. The kids had a great time playing and laughing together. For me, growing up in Philadelphia, I feel like community has always been something I've been about, because just noticing all the different things that happen on the street, it doesn't seem like people are too community oriented. So I'm very big on that, making sure that people know that someone's here for them. There's a listening voice, there's a shoulder to lean on. That's very important to me, because coming up, I don't feel like I had that. And I had to develop that for myself. And now I try to be that for, you know, younger girls, younger men, like everybody that I feel like grew up in a crazy environment, but they need to know, like, they're not their environment. You're a part of it. But the things that you grasp and you pick up in your journey is the things that you bring back to your environment to make it beautiful. So I just want to let people know, like, giving back is very important, because you got to go out and get those seeds on your own and come back to your community and plant them. So the environment doesn't stay toxic. So for me, giving back is a big thing. Like, we do coat drives, we do food drives. We used to do the youth girl sleepovers, which we're looking into bringing back. We do a lot of different things, because mental health for me is very, very big, especially in our youth. We don't pay attention to them just because they rocking their hips and shaking. Like, to me, that's a cry for help. So I just feel like it's very big to me. Honestly, that's what I use PR to do. I go speak at schools, I do all of that stuff, and my end goal for real is to own like a couple of group homes, things like that, to get kids out of environments where, you know, they're not strong enough to fight. So giving back is big, because there's a lot of people out here that need help.
That's good. I like what you said with that. Giving back is big, and I also do feel like being an example is big as well, because you're being an example. You're showing them that, listen here, you can go and pursue what you want. I looked at a couple of the videos that you did when you went back to some of the schools, and you know, you had the little girl rapping, and then, you know, the little girl said that she wanted to be, you know, like a social media influencer and different things like that, you know. And I feel like you're already, you know, being an example of that, you know, whether it's content creation, social media influencer, and using that and going back to that school. I don't know if that was your high school in particular, and showing them like, listen, I came from this high school. If I could do it, you could do it, you know. So I want to.
And it wasn't even my high school. I just popped up there. I'll go to any high school because, like I said, people have problems in any environment. And even with those young girls, like, we've hung out like outside of the school. Like, I'll go to their events. If they have something going on, they'll invite me. Like, I just want to be like the big sister people need. Like, because honestly, just having that partnership is like, it just makes sense.
No, I definitely do. It definitely does. Now, I want to ask you this. From your point of view, can you explain the importance of being the teacher and being the student?
I know that's hilarious. You did your research. High five. Wow. I say the teacher and the student because there's so many things that throughout this journey I have learned. I'm 30 years old, so it's been a long journey. I've been doing PR since I was about 17. So it's been a journey, and I've learned a lot. There was a lot of things that I didn't know in the beginning. A lot of money I lost, a lot of toxic things happening, but I figured it out. So I feel like when I say the teacher, it's like, okay, I've learned certain skill sets. I've learned these aspects that need to be done for building strategies, building campaigns, making sponsorship decks, writing contracts. I've taught myself these things, went to college, got the degree. But as I got into the field, because even though I was in college learning the things, I was also going out, like working South by Southwest, Dreamville Fest with J. Cole, like different things like that. And it's a difference from actually sitting down in the class, learning, actually being in the field. So I call myself the teacher because I learned the skill sets. I sat in the class and I learned all the traditional ways. But when I got in the field was when I really became a student. Watching everybody do the stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, we did. Okay, and you connect that to there, and that make the drum go. That make it go like actually being in there. So now I'm here, and I found myself being so excited that I was a student again. I was excited to learn from these people that have been doing this way before me, and I feel like that's where ego kicks in, where you forget that you're a student. Like when a lot of people out here think that they're a professor, like they're the teacher, it's the end all, and it's like. For me, I'm definitely a teacher. I learned the skill sets, but in life, you always, like, every day you're going to learn something. So to cut the aspect off and think that you know everything is insane, because I'm still learning more and more each day. Like, I didn't even know how half the things work. Like, just working BET Awards and those award shows, watching them go live, all the things that come into that. It's like, and I thought I knew everything. I didn't know nothing. So that's the teacher and the student for me.
Exactly. No, and I like that explanation right there, because you can go back to when you was, again, literally the student in the classroom, and like you said, it's different. Because when you're the student in the classroom, they're kind of teaching you like a synopsis of what you may do, but it's a whole different ball game when you go out there and have to do it, because it ain't like, no, especially in what we want to do. You know how so many people can go to nursing school and it's like, you gotta do this. And there's really no playbook with what we want to do. You have to really network, figure it out. A degree may get you in the door, but it ain't gonna guarantee you anything, you know. So it's really about you.
The degree barely got me in there. It was the personality, for real.
Exactly. And you know, and that works well for you, because you do have a very addictive personality. You know, You do. No, everybody that I met, people that I know, like my cousin Dawn from Crystal, it's just like
that's my baby. I love Dawn. Oh my God. And Dawn know me. Like
exactly.
I've known Dawn since I was like 15, 16. Wow. Yes. Oh my God. I didn't know that was your cousin.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, and she co-hosts one of the shows I do on this network, but that's
so lit. I hugged her for like 20 minutes when I seen her do it.
Yeah, I know we talked about it afterwards for sure. So yeah, I know we definitely want to do, down the line, want to work with you to some point. But I want to ask you this now because we talked about, your events and everything. So I do know that you do this thing called a chat and chew. So I want to show a clip of your most recent chat and chew, and I want you to explain to the people what it is, what inspired it, and what is the purpose of this event. 1 second, here I go right here.
They deny that I'm lit. Gotta ride with your blick. Fuck watching for the option. Be the cops to get you hit. I just right up off the porch. Mama said stay up out the mix. Niggas up when I was broke. They let me down on my dick. They let me down. Now I won't be around now. I fuck this bitch, take her to Pound Town. When I was broke, they used to laugh at me. My dad died, it was a tragedy. His man thought it was sad to see. You smoking knobs like a bag of weed. In the black, get you in. Bitch, we gon' get you first. As the cards turn.
Drip like a fool. I know they tryna knock me down. I ain't going out. As the culture turns, you gotta figure it out.
I'm loving these clips. You better go ahead with the montages.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So much. I was so excited to do this interview. So I've been, grabbing clips.
I love it.
There we go. So what inspired, what is the Chante Two Series?
So the Chante Two Series ties into basically everything I just said to you. If you take a step back and look at everything that I've put out, as far as 2XService is concerned, the Chante Two is basically everything I do, everything I am, all in one. When people meet me, I want people to feel safe, like they have a safe space. I want people to feel comfortable. I want people to be able to open up. The same way I want to feel around people is how I want them to feel around me. And being able to be a publicist and help so many different people, I just thought, let me put something together where I can actually bring people to a safe space, make them feel comfortable, help them grow together, and then still PR the room, like still find these people and get to these people right here in the space, as to opposed to setting up 5 to 10 different consultations. Why not just bring the people together, and instead of telling them the resources via meeting, have the live resources here in the room. So the Chante Two is basically like a safe space for creatives, like-minded people, all to come together, network, grow, and just let loose and be free. Like, that's really what it's about. Like, let loose, be free, be who you are, and come learn some stuff to make your business better. But we're doing it in a genuine standpoint. Like, I don't want to be a motivational speaker. I don't want to be, all of this girls motivation, all of that stuff that people put out and not actually really be that. So when you come to the Chante Two, you get to see like, oh, damn, this girl really cool as shit. Like, for real, because I know sometimes it looks like, I might be a little mean. I put my foot down, but as a female in business, that's sometimes what you have to do. But I'm a vibe. I love to laugh. I love to have fun. And I just be wanting to show people that in the room that there's other people that's struggling like you, don't got money, don't got resources, don't have things going on. But look how happy we are because we working and we do it. So that's what it is for me.
I love that right there. Like you said, I ain't no politician. Listen here, I'm the real deal.
At all.
I like that. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, that was your 9th Chante,
yes,
correct?
The 9th.
Okay, so the evolution, so for that to be a 9, which means the 10th one is next year.
It's coming.
Exactly. So almost like a 10-year anniversary. So the progress you've seen from your first one, from your most recent one, like, can you just talk to us about that? Because sometimes when you first do something, it might not have been as big as the 9th one, So can you just talk about the experience of your first one up until your recent one?
Honestly, the first one to now has been like an amazing feeling, because honestly, with the first one, I was scared. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared as crap. I'm like, nobody gonna come. They don't know me. Nobody know me. Da, 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 da. And I just had to like push myself off the ledge. So I told myself, post a flyer. And I posted the flyer, and I'm like, man, what's up? Da, 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 da. And I had one ticket purchase. I'm like, man, you gotta have an event. You can't cancel. One person is coming.
Right.
So that was like the fire I had to put under my behind to like turn me up. So the first one, I think we did about 20 people. The first one, and that was actually really good to me because I was expecting maybe like 5, 10. Chat and choose what's this? People don't know yet. So from the first one to now, I would say we definitely have grown. We have grown in as far as our sponsorships, our attendees, our investments, or our how can I say, our connections, our network. We have grown. So from the first one I seen 20, the ninth one we just had, it was about, I want to say, a good 50 people in the room. So since then, all 9 Chante Twos, they have all sold out except for 2. So it has been great to actually, you know, see that, and then to not only be like scared for my first one, but it's like I still have that same feeling I had for my first one for my 9th. So it's like you never lose that feeling, no matter how much it grows. Like I feel like the feeling actually got more intensified because now I'm like, it's bigger. People looking for this. I gotta like, but I feel like we've grown and people are seeing the longevity in it, seeing that we can actually take this on the road, seeing things like that. We get people to sponsor the buildings for us, food. Shout out to Rap Snacks, always sponsoring us. They sponsored the last 5 Chante Twos. Shout out to them. But from then to now, it's like it was me being a teenager to growing into a grown woman, and you can see that in the events and the layout. Like you can see it. The first ones used to be at Airbnbs. We used to sit at dining room tables. Now I'm having professional chefs with a layout, candles on the table. Like we're just going up and beyond. And I'm just excited and happy to see how far we go. I'm hoping I can get to like 200.
Listen, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to, God willing. And if you keep your drive and your motivation that you're doing now, I'm sure that'd be no issue for you at all.
Appreciate you.
No problem. There we go. All right. So I saw that you recently had the chance to do PR for Cleo Trapper. Now, because I see people, they butcher her name all the time. Cleo Trapper from the VH1 show, The Impact, and she's a rapper that's associated with Ice Spice. So I'm about to play that clip really quickly, and I want to ask again, how did that opportunity come about? And what is it? Well, first, I'm gonna play the clip, and then I'll ask you the second part of that clip.
Okay.
I know they trying to knock me down, I ain't going out. As we call your turns, it's drip like a pool. Whoa. I know they trying to knock me down, I ain't going out. As the culture turns, you gotta figure it out. They see you getting it poppin', they gon' try and come around. I be down to go out like and keep it live round. In the blick, get you hit. Bitch, we gon' get you first. Don't get caught up in the mix. Better watch out for that blitz.
So I want to ask you this. So how did that come about? But for those people who may not understand, like the amount of time that when you're a PR goes into like preparing for events like that, sometimes you gotta be there like 3-4 hours before the actual artist or the client that you're working with, you know? So how did that opportunity come about? What did you learn from that opportunity? And what all goes into it? Like take us there like we was there.
So I've been working New York Fashion Week maybe for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm trying to get better in posting content of me like actually working, like stuff like that, so y'all can see more of it because I don't post enough. But I was actually placed on this event by Meth Eater, which is a magazine company out in New York City. They normally outsource me to come work for them every year, which is great. This year they put me head of production, so shout out to them. Shout out to my girl Ra. But yeah, I was head of the production, so I had to basically help with the layout of the event. No 3 hours, 4 hours before. I was there 24 hours before. The night before, hassling through the New York traffic to help with the layout. We had to get done all of the activations. We had Vaseline. What was the other ones? Oh my God, I can't even think. Shea Moisture, I believe, Denman Brush. It was a couple of different people where we had to get their activations and things set up. And I was in charge of artist liaison. Me and another guy, we worked together to make sure all the artists were where they needed to be, because it was a panel style conversation along with performances, which Cleo Trapper was one of the performers. So she was just one of the many celebrities that we got to work with that day. I've connected with Aaliyah Face, which is a really big influencer on Instagram, and a couple other people that we got to work with. So it was just basically being a part of the production team, which led me into that opportunity. And I had to make sure everybody ate. Make sure everybody ate. We made sure that Cleo Trapper had her food. We made sure just everything was on the beam, because we need no more situations. And we just made sure. Say it again.
Oh, so I said, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, everybody ate. But we just made sure that everything was up to par from start to finish for the day of the show. And that's pretty much how I got linked into that opportunity. I normally get independent contracted or outsourced by companies to come in. And sometimes I never know what I'm going to do. I might come in just doing artist management. The next thing I know, I'm building some DIY backboard, backdrop. I never know. But when it comes to those jobs and being put in those positions, it came from actually just me playing every role. Like, I'm a team member. I know I'm a publicist, but I'm not coming in like, I'm only here to talk to the artist. Like, no, I'm setting up stuff. I might sweep, I might mop, but that gets people's attention. Like, okay, we got to bring her up. She did so much. And that's actually how I got tied into Meth Feeder. I worked about 2 different shows for them before. And it was just like, girl, you rocked it. We put you in charge here, work with all the artists. So
yeah. That's important right there. The importance of a team, that even though your approach to be a publicist, I do that too. So I'm setting up tables, I'm cleaning up. Like, I get that, you know. So that type of mindset, you'll go really far with it. I also did, what you said? I'm sorry.
I said no for sure.
Exactly. Nah, that mean you ain't, you know, like you said, back to the janitor and CEO conversation. I've also gathered some pictures of you with some random celebrities online. So I'm gonna put the picture on the screen, and I want you to just, you know, like what event it was, how did this link up happen, and if you learned anything, what did you learn from this person? So first person I got is Akon.
Akon, Young Jesus. I was actually working BET Awards carpet. I was leading Little Mo and dang, who else was I leading? Little Mo. I can't think right now. I'm drawing the blank. But I was leading Little Mo, and then I walked her to the VIP pit, which is where we are right now. Akon was standing right there, and I'm like, you can't pass up a moment with Akon. Like, what? Exactly. So I just talked to him, and I'm like, do you know I love you so much? And he just told me he loved me too. And we just had a little, you know, a little tidbit. Have a great time at the BET Awards. I'll see you in there. Knowing daggone well I wasn't going to see him, but I see you in there. Just having some camaraderie, because it's like, why wouldn't you? It's Akon.
Exactly. Nah, I feel you. Definitely, Akon definitely was the soundtrack to me. We're the same age group, so a lot of our middle school, high school years for sure.
No, for sure.
Next person we got Angela Simmons. Grew up watching her on Brown's House. So, what event, what connection did you get to learn anything?
This was actually not the BET Awards. I'm drawing. Culture Creators event. I was actually invited to come work this event with the setup, the breakdown. This was actually a great introduction, because this was my first time actually in LA. So I'm lying, BET Awards, second time. So the second time I came down, my phone broke as soon as I got off the flight. Like, I was just going through so much. And when I finally walked into this event, before actually even meeting Angela Simmons, I got to meet Tiana Turner. So that was amazing. It just launched it off. But we actually sat in the lobby for a good 20, 25 minutes and talked and had a conversation. I let her know I'm a publicist. It was actually so funny, because one of my friends I went to high school with, Randall, shout out to him, he actually was her PR for that day. So he linked us, introduced us. We got to talk, rap for a little. And then Rap City actually walked into there. So it was really cool. And I told Angela, like, she's dating my man, Yo Gotti, and tell I've been applying for him and trying to work with him since I was about 18, and he has yet to open my emails. So get at him. And she was like, I got you, girl. Like, she was actually really cool. And her vibe was actually very, like, down to earth. So I love that meetup.
There we go. And listen, you brought up her man, Yo Gotti, so I got that picture
Baby.
as well. So was this at the same event, or was this a different event?
This is so different. I believe this was like maybe a year or two ago. I actually got asked to work an event. This is when Glorilla had dropped her new album, her first one actually. So I think this had to be like a year or two ago.
Oh yeah.
And she was doing a meet and greet at I don't want to lie and say Kicks or Sneakerilla, one of them sneaker stores, but it was in Philadelphia. And I got asked to come out to basically help put the run of show together. I set up the backdrops, made sure everybody was where they need to be when Glorilla and Gotti came in, helped with crowd control, all that cool stuff. And Yo Gotti, like I said, was definitely somebody I've been waiting on to meet. So I ran right up on him like, Yo Gotti, and just started talking to him. Like, hey, I've been applying for you, and I got his manager's number, his assistant's number linked with all of their little family members. And he told me he would hit me up. So hopefully this part of the clip makes the interview because I'm going to tag him because he didn't keep his word.
Exactly.
But that's what we talked about.
Nah, it's definitely going to stay in the interview. And you touched on something important because I have connections with my mentor, Just Elite, and I always know the importance of I may have connections with him, but make sure I got connections with his team. I make sure that I'm in touch with his team because they are more accessible throughout the day as opposed to him, so
yes.
Important.
That's my biggest aspect. I'm going for the cousins, the auntie, the uncle, the people you listen to because you ain't listening to me right now.
Exactly. And you also brought up Tiana Turner, so I got that picture as well. So this was the BT, the same event you saw Angela. So what happened
this
here?
Was the Culture Con event. They were honoring trailblazers and things in the media and music industry. And like I said, we were working this event. We helped with the setup, the breakdown, the run of show, all of the cool stuff. And I actually caught Tiana Turner as she was walking out. And as she was walking out, and I'm just like, Sage. And she responded to that because she's a Sagittarius. And we just have unspoken language. Sages, we just talk to each other, through different aspects of life. But when I seen her, I'm like, oh my God, we have to talk. Like, give me a couple. She was like, I'm talking about out the door, security pushing her. And she stopped and was like, come here. Like, I'm talking face to face, love, like. And it was just so pure because I'm like, most celebrities that you do encounter or that you do meet, they don't stop and do that. Like, you know what I mean? And to just work an event that, honored her and she stopped and took time to basically honor me, it was just like, thank you. And actually stopped and had some camaraderie with me. Like, we talked for a good 5 minutes till she was like, Junie, come on, go. She grabbed me and they had to go out the door. So that for me was really good. I told her how amazing I think she is. And she told me I was beautiful. She couldn't help but stop, take a picture with me. And I was just like, thank you, TT. You my aunt. I just want you to know you my aunt in my head. And then when I get enough money, I'm going to adopt you.
Thanks.
That's just that.
I like that. Then I got one more picture to show. This is with Boss Man D-Lo right here. So you feel me? One of the hottest new rappers out there right now. So I think we can see from behind this was the BT Award. So yes. How did this come about?
We actually had a little tit for tat started on the red carpet. And when I got into the BT Awards to take my seat and stuff, I seen him again and I ran some more rap with him. But he actually stopped to take this picture with me in there because, again, we had tit for tat on a red carpet. And he was hot. Mind you, it was hot on that red carpet, okay? Most of us had on all black. I'm talking about sweating. So my makeup and all his jewelry, everything, he was hot. And he was looking for some water. And instead of waiting for his team to go do it, I went and, like, let me get you a water. So I went and got him a water. I brought it to him, and he had already had one. I said, and he just looked at me. I said, damn, you ain't keeping pee? Okay, but he said, stand on that. And then he took so we both said it together. So when we went inside, I was like, and you better have drunk my water. Like, let's take a pic. And we ended up taking that pic together. I just believe in having interpersonal connection because these people are just people. Like, they're just to me. So it's just like, I just gotta be myself around them. So that's how I be getting these encounterments, working these different events. I just literally will walk up to you like, you're my aunt, or we've been best friends for life. I don't care.
Exactly. I like that. Listen, and that's another thing too, is just to not allow your anxiety to, overcome and, be afraid to approach and everything. The worst thing they could say is no.
Because what did you work so hard to get here for if you're not going to work it?
Exactly. And push it to the limit. You feel me? So I got about 2 more questions before I get you out of here. I can just talk to you all day. I wanted to ask you about your new social collective group.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you let us know what's going on with that?
So the social is a collective group that I'm trying to bring together for like-minded individuals, kind of like the Chante Two, but on the go. So I do a lot of different events. I know you guys probably see like the reels and things of me attending like different events in New York City, private events here, maybe events by Converse, things like that. And I want to try to open up that world to other people that's a part of this collective. So it's still in planning, but we want to start a small little group, maybe I want to say 10, 15 people just to start. And I want to take them on these different excursions and these different outreaches to these different events to learn all the things I've gotten to learn. I've noticed that when it comes to doing different things, people don't have, the proper transportation to get to things, or they might not get invited because some things in certain cities are clicky, close-knit, something like that. But I'm like, oh, if I got the niche, let me reach out to this person to get 50 tickets. Now I'm bringing 50.
Right.
So my goal is basically to open the mindset to all these people that have great ideas like me that just don't have the resources or don't have the events to motivate them. Because that's really what keeps me motivated. I'll have weeks where I'm just sitting in here depressed, don't want to do nothing, but I'll go to an event and be like, all right, I gotta start this business. I need to do that. So I want to just keep people motivated, especially right now with the things we got going on. Hey. With the election and all of that cool stuff, I just want to show people like we see you. There's still fun to be had, even though there's war going on or there's debates and it's all of these different things. Like I want to put people in a space where we're only focused on our world and actually the social, because being social is what helps us grow as a whole. And a lot of people are, how can I say, battling with mental health or not up to par, are very negative and things of that sort. Is because when you really look at them and break them down, it's because they're not social.
Right.
They don't know how to be social. They don't know how to have interpersonal connection. They're on TikTok. No, I want to bring people outside and experience the things that we experience coming up. It's not all about social media. It's that face-to-face interaction, that going outside, having fun. So I want to do different stuff. Take them to museums, take them to private networking events, to clubs, amusement parks, just a bunch of different stuff, especially with us stepping into that 30-year age bracket. I feel like a lot of non-nostalgic events are needed.
Exactly.
So
I agree with that.
Trying to keep us geared up to understand we can still have fun as we get older.
Exactly. Very important point and everything. I like that right there, because we tend to think that, it's time to put away, quote, childish games or whatever. And honestly, you may know this being us, like, it's like we the new adults. I still feel so childish.
I say this all the time. This is my son right here.
Right? I got a dog just like him. My son too. I ain't got no kids. I don't know how they doing it right now.
I'm barely holding on.
Right. So I got two more questions for you. So I do know that you have a Billboard coming soon. So can you let everybody know about that Billboard? I wish I had the picture of the show right now, but I'll probably add it in through when I edit the clip. So can you let us know about the Billboard and how did it come about?
So the Billboard was bought on, just like this interview, as one of the prizes for the Missing Plug Award. This year, she gave out certificates and gifted people with different prizes that they can use to enhance their business or, whatever they needed to do. So we've been going back and forth with the designs of the backboard of the Billboard, and I actually got to design it myself. So you guys will see a design by me. Shout out to Aaron of McClary Media for doing my headshots. They look so good that they're going on the Billboard unedited because but yeah, I'm actually really excited. It's supposed to be at Live Casino, and it's due to debut this Saturday, November 9th.
There we go. Okay, I like that. There we go. Can't wait to see that for sure. Yep. And before we get out of here, I do want to ask you this last question, because this has been, I could talk to you all day. So can you let us know what are some new things coming to 2XService?
We have a bunch of new things coming right now. Our November books are open. We are now accepting new clients for 2025 roster. We have also opened our books for one-on-one consultations for November, and they're open for December now, because treat yourself, invest in yourself for the holidays. What else do we have? The social is definitely something new that's coming to play. We're gearing that up. I'm actually cleaning that up right now. And then you'll be seeing us do a lot more community work. I feel like I lacked a little bit this year on community work because I've been mentally getting myself together and just been on point with growing the brand. And I never want to lose myself within this. So we're doing a lot of community give backs. You're going to see a whole lot of different client events coming out. You might not know they're my clients, but it's coming.
Hey.
And yeah, just stay tuned for all the new work that we have coming out. I never know what I'm going to wake up and end up doing. I never know what client is going to call my phone or who is going to want to work with me that week or month. But fingers crossed, is more coming soon, more award shows. And yeah, like just stay tuned. We got 2 times more coming for y'all.
There we go. I like that. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me for this conversation and for this interview. And for those people who may want to follow you on social media or keep up with you, how can they keep up with you? Like, just drop it all, whether it's the website, social media, you name it.
Okay. You guys can follow me. Personal page at Chante 2 Times, Chante 2 Times. You guys can also follow 2XService, which is the business page, and it's typed in just how my name is here, 2XService. We also have the Chante Two Series page, is Chante Two _series. If you guys want to follow, check it out. Come attend. We have every video up there from the first one to the 9th one. Check it out. Definitely a space you want to be a part of. And our website is 2XService.net. You can check us out on there. And you can always just type in Google 2XService. We are Googleable, and our landing page is all of that. So check us out and leave a review.
Hey, there we go. Listen here. Make sure y'all go check out 2 Times the Service and follow her on all social media platforms. And again, I want to say it was a pleasure having you on today's episode. And for those of you who want to follow Ask the Culture Turns, again, you can follow us on Instagram at Ask the Culture Turns, and like us on Facebook at Ask the Culture Turns. And also make sure you hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help me become a paid YouTuber so I can start getting to this money, you feel me? And also
somebody gotta do it. Shout out to you,
right? Shoot, content feed over here, you feel me? And you can follow me personally at Jameer, like you see on the screen, with 3 underscores. Again, Chante, thank you so much for this conversation. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for wanting to interview me. I love the excitement every time we do talk. I can tell that you really love me, and I love that.
Exactly, I really do.
Just the breakdown, the breakdown, the montages, the little everything you had is definitely professionally done, and I appreciate it. Just you could tell you took the time out for me, and I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And again, you deserve it. You've been putting in the work, and you just don't know that. Again, what you're doing is inspiring me. I look at your page and I'm always getting inspired. So keep up the good work. That's all I ask for. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And y'all better make sure y'all follow When the Culture Turns. And
exactly. Right. Follow, hit that subscribe button. Thank you again, Chante.
Thank you. You have a great day, babe.
As the culture turns, all I see is destruction. We living in a lonely world full of corruption. Be mindful, every action come with repercussions. Never second guess your gut feeling, you gotta trust it. As the culture turns, all I see is destruction. We living in a lonely world full of corruption. Be mindful, every action come with repercussions. Never second guess your gut feeling, you gotta trust it.